So this one is a little bit confusing simply because they have a constant here, which means that every term is 5. In other words, our series looks like this. I'm making an assumption that there's a second term there. And so this is a and this is a B, and we don't know how many 5s there are in the middle, so we don't really know how to do the sum, but they're asking for the sum nonetheless. So, given our toolkit here, we know some information, we know a lot of information. What we don't know is n. So, I'm going to suggest that you use this formula here. You're looking for the sum, you're looking for this value, you know A, you know L, you know 2, you just don't know n, but you can describe n in terms of A's and B's. And if you can describe n in terms of A's and B's, you could describe S of n in terms of A's and B's as well, and that's what they're looking for. So give that a try, pause the video, give that a try, and then come back to it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so if we're looking for this sum and we're going to use S of n equals n over 2a plus L, A and L are the first and last terms, both of which are 5s. We know that. So S of n equals 5 plus 5 in there, okay? But what goes up here? Well, the number of terms we determined way back when, we determined that we could take the top term minus the bottom term and then add 1. We always do that, the top term minus the bottom term and add 1. And in this case, remember, it was 200 minus 100 plus 1 give us 101 terms. And we do that, just as an aside, just as a reminder, I'll show you over here in this little call out box here. If we have the following arithmetic sequence, how many terms are there? Well, there's 3 terms. The difference between 9 and 7 is 2 because we count 1, 2. We count the spaces in between them. But there are 3 terms here, and that's why we have to add 1. The difference between the 2 plus 1. So over here, the difference between the 2 is b minus a. And then we have to add 1. So b minus a plus 1. And if we put b minus a plus 1 in here, and now we try to simplify it, we can come up with an expression for the sum. So 2 sums equals b minus a plus 1 times 10. Divide both sides by 2. 1 sum equals 5 times b minus a plus 1. Which could also be shown, if you want to distribute the 5, as 5b minus 5a plus 5. So either of these 2 ways of expressing it would be correct.